The original Lilo and Stitch is an extremely unusual film. It's a very, very personal film. I came up with the idea. I pitched the concept to Tom Schumacher, the head of feature animation, and he said yes to the idea on the condition that it looked like I drew it. Because to pitch the project, I made basically a children's book. It was an illustrated pitch, and my concern at the time, there were a lot of alien movies that were coming out. And I wanted people to see the alien in my film the right way, because he was a very unusual creature. So I thought, I'll illustrate the pitch. If they don't like it, I'll know they didn't like my pitch, and they weren't seeing something else in their heads. So when Tom said, I will make this movie on one condition, that it looked like you drew it, he was saying that because of the pitch book that I'd created. So I ended up voicing the character, designing the characters, writing the script with Dean Fleischer, my co-director, and pitching the project. So it is an unusually personal project. It's really gratifying, and it's still exciting when I see him show up. I can't go out of the house without seeing Stitch somewhere. It might be on somebody's shoes. It might be like, on their backpack or something like that. And I could not have ever predicted that Stitch would be embraced by people the way he has. People love him. And to such a degree that I've actually had to go back and think about it and reflect on, like, why in the world did he endure so completely? Why did he really just, he penetrated the zeitgeist in a way that I never ever could have predicted or planned for. I was really appreciative that Dean reached out to me. I got a random, I think it was maybe an email that was an introduction from Dean. It's, I'm Dean and I'm working on this film that you are very familiar with. And he's like, can I give you a phone call and chat with you about it? And that was my first contact. And we talked on the phone for, I think it was, intended to be like maybe a 5-minute phone call. And it turned into about a 2-hour phone call. And just really, I really enjoyed talking to Dean. I think we have, similar, vibes with things. And not everybody's that easy to talk to all the time, but I really had a great time talking to Dean. And I think we actually ended the conversation because the battery on my phone died, or we might be still talking today. So that was really wonderful that he reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in reprising my voice role on the film. And I said, absolutely. Coming back in, I'm always nervous about the endurance of my voice during recording sessions. Typically after about 2 hours, his voice begins to just dip off a little bit. It's not the easiest thing to sustain. Our sessions on this film have been about 4 hours apiece. And one of the things I think I've developed more stamina because of my recording sessions. That was my main thing. Obviously, I like the characters, I like the setting, and so anytime I can be in the proximity of the property, it's just really fun. Could we redeem a villain? Do they always have to be done in at the end? What if a villain who was extremely powerful changed? What if he switched sides and all that phenomenal power and belief in a goal was directed towards something good? And that's really at the base of everything. That's what Stitch is. He possesses qualities of good and bad. He's mischief. He makes mistakes. He's fallible as we are. And I think that's why people really have seen themselves in him and him in them.